Hello Capricorn, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Capricorn is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It's totally free. It doesn't cost you anything. If there's anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Capricorn, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And the moon energy, full moon energy, I feel like this is the brink of a very, very important change for you. Yeah. I think you're right at the threshold of something that you cannot see into, right? But there is this, well, let's put it into some context. There is some momentum behind you. Look at that, aces, 2 aces already, right off the bat. Yeah, there is some momentum behind you. This is a life-changing situation, right? A life-changing situation, and like this death energy, this is the death card. Like the death card, we can't change it, right? We can't prevent it. We can maybe slow it down a little bit, but we cannot change it. Okay, now, 3 of Wands. We've got 2 aces, we've got a 9 and a 3 of Wands. Very good. Okay, a 4. And another 4. All right, we've got some stuff to talk about. We've got the Fool. And we've got the Universe or World card. It is inverted. It is upside down. And to me, that's really kind of, it's almost like the reading is opening more questions than giving answers. It's opening up more possibilities rather than giving you a sense of certainty or specifics, right? But I think it's also saying that big things are happening. Your world is upside down. Things are changing. It is a whirlwind. And I think that, honestly, I think that you always knew that you were meant for this kind of, you're almost, it's kind of like, you're getting that feeling like, oh, it's happening now. This is it. This is what I've always known. It's coming now, you know. There's this sense of it's about to happen, and it's something that you've always been waiting for, but I don't think you've ever really known the exact details. Those details are coming in now. Now you have this Ace of Swords, Ace of Cups. You've got this certainty. But let me tell you, you didn't always have that certainty. See, we've got an Ace of Swords, Ace of Cups. We got a 4 of Swords, a 4 of Cups. So I think that there has been this this reluctance to change. And I think now we're getting that confidence because we feel that this is the absolute final kind of moment before this big thing happens. Before your destiny really manifests. The rest of your life opens up, yeah. But these 4 of Cups are just saying that we've been kind of maybe waiting, we've been maybe feeling stuck, that we've been resisting change in some way, but now this universal energy, now the death card, it doesn't literally mean death, okay? Sometimes it does mean loss, sometimes it does mean letting go of something or someone. It could be that someone has passed. I don't have any court cards here. I don't really get this feeling that anyone specific coming through right now. I think you have been through a lot of loss. I think you have had challenges and pain in your life. But when we talk about this death card, this is the inevitable process of change. This is life. It should be called the life card, or the rebirth card, or the change card, but that doesn't sound as serious. Call it death because I want you to pay attention to it. Yeah, because this is the process of change throughout your life. This is the way that the universe works. And I think one of the first principles is we have to admit that life is change. We have to admit that we will never stay the same, that life, the surroundings, my body, my mind, my heart, My spirit will never stay the same. My soul will never stay the same. There is that, I think, immortal, infinite part of us that is the same. It's that kind of consciousness or spirit that is ubiquitous, right? It's what everything's kind of made up of. But for all intents and purposes, our thoughts and feelings and our bodies will change. We cannot escape that. We cannot stop that. We can't plead with it. We can't cry. We can't lament. We can't beg. Sometimes we can slow it down, and I think a lot of us try to slow that down. That's why we try to be healthy and be strong and strive for fitness, not only fitness of body, but mental fitness, emotional fitness. A real strength. Yeah. And you've got that. You've got that 9 of Wands up here. That is real strength. Because I think you are aware of this process of change. And right now, this process of change is right on your doorstep. We've got that Moon card. The Moon card really does represent kind of standing on this threshold, like this doorway. We can't see into the house or out of the house, whichever way you want to look at it. Imagine if there's a doorway right in front of you and you're standing right here in front of it, but it's just black. You can't see what's in there. It takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of strength, a lot of resolve, a lot of certainty, a lot of righteousness, correctness, confidence to step into it. Maybe even to kind of fall into it, to just deep breath, and then here we go. Yeah. Deep breath, and then here we go. But to get to that point, I think you had to get unstuck from something. Okay? Because we have 4 to an 8, 4 and an ace of swords, a 4 and an ace of cups, mental and emotional, thinking and feeling, right? It's our humanness, it's our human personality, thinking and feeling functions, heart and mind, that prevent progress. Because usually our thinking and our feeling don't like change. We're usually out of harmony with the universe, It's either change is coming, change is necessary, and we don't want it, or it's time to stay put and we're trying to force change, right? It's always something in life, right? Change happens when we don't want it and we try to fight it off, or, we're ready for change, we're trying to force it, but the universe is saying, not yet, right? Not yet. And I think it's that kind of struggle that's why we've got a 4 and an ace, a 4 and an ace, rather than just having a 5, right? Because 5 is that process of change. The 5s to me represent us trying to force change, whereas the 4s represent us trying to resist change. Okay? But since we have the ace here, it's almost like now we're not pushing while the universe is pulling. Now we're doing it at the same time, right? So there's harmony. And that's difficult. That takes strength and courage and conviction and commitment, which you have. Yeah. So I think you always knew this moment was coming where you and the universe are going to have to push at the same time rather than one push, one pull. It's like, in a doorway to the convenience store where someone's pushing, the other person's pulling, and the door, no one can move the door, right? Let's do it at the same time. If you push in one, well, I guess they'd both be pushing, but you know what I mean, right? You know what I mean. If we are working together and we're working in harmony, yeah, maybe one's pushing and one's pulling, but the door's going the same way. And I think that's where you have that strength. You have that courage to do that now. This is the 9 of Wands. It's at the top of the path of the dove here. Okay. There is Spirit showing me the Kundalini, kind of my own personal Kundalini symbol. So I think there are some of you that are experiencing that kind of an activation right now. And that's almost like kind of stepping into this sudden activation where you weren't able to see kind of what's coming next. It's just like, here it is. It's happening now. There's also a connection with Spirit's telling me to mention the little cactus, and I don't know if you have like a little a little plant, maybe a succulent, but it looks like a cactus is what I'm seeing. I don't know what that is. Sometimes these details come through, and I'm on the fence whether I should just kind of mention them and let them come, or just kind of ignore them and stick to business here, because they are non sequiturs, and sometimes they don't relate to the reading in any way. But I notice that they're meant for certain people. If it's not meant for you, don't worry about it. But you have a connection with that little plant. It's a white ceramic, pot, and it's got a succulent or a cactus or something in there. And it's important to you. I don't know if you're looking at it right now or if it's in the window. I see sun shining on it, which means either you're looking at it or it's, literally sun shining on it. Anyway, the Nine of Wands here. Transformation is not easy. Whether this is a career transformation, life transformation, relationships, if this is your path in life, your sense of destiny, your fate, that big breakthrough moment for you, in your career or in your creativity and your passions, whatever it might be. If we're getting rid of old habits and defense mechanisms and coping strategies and conditionings, it's not easy. We need that strength. We need that courage. And here's that sunlight and that moonlight. You've got that spiritual connection, okay? And there's also a connection with the ocean for some of you out there, a strong, spiritual connection with the water. I don't know if something happened in a large body of water, I guess it could be a lake, but feels more ocean to me, or it's salt water in some way at least. If there was some connection, or if you had some sort of an experience, maybe a near-death experience when you were younger that had to do with water, and it's almost as if that planted a seed of this kind of, spiritual life for you, something like that. Okay, because the Nine of Wands is the strength that comes from that spiritual certainty. It's faith, really. It's resolve. It's, for one thing, it's taking an oath, making a statement, and that's what we're committing to. The reason why you're able to do that, I think, is because you have this faith in yourself, in the universe, in God, Goddess, deity, spirit, source. And the certainty is, or the faith is, the certainty about that which we cannot be certain. And to me, that really does represent the darkness on the other side of this doorway. And so that's what it takes. It takes this courage, bravery, and that comes from faith. Don't know what's on the other side of this black curtain. I'm just going to step through it, And we got that Fool card here later on in the reading anyway. So this is really significant for you. And it could be something even that you've been trying to delay. It might be something that we've been just saying, okay, Spirit, not yet. Not quite, not just yet. Not quite ready yet. Not yet. Yeah. Something that we're just, I don't know. I feel like someone in your life, I don't know, maybe you had this too. It could be related to the water incident. But I feel like there's a delay in speech, a delay in communication. You didn't start speaking at the same time as other kids. Now, can't get you to be quiet, right? So I don't think it hindered you anyway, but it's something set you apart with speaking when you were younger, okay? It could be after this incident maybe, right? Something like that. Let's talk about the Three of Wands in the future position. This is kind of what comes after. To me, this is almost the confirmation that comes after. See, you have to take that leap of faith on your own, and that's kind of, that's what the Fool is doing, taking that leap of faith. You have to do that leap of faith on your own before the universe will confirm things afterwards, right? Will kind of tell you in its own way, with, I think, really through a direct spiritual communication, but then also like your thinking and your feeling, what we have here with the cups and the swords, feeling a certain way, thinking a certain way. There is a clarity that comes with it. There is an emotional certainty. There is a connection with that divine spiritual blessing. And I think that comes after you take this leap of faith, not before. It's easy to do it before if you have that feeling. And so what I'm kind of sensing is that it's almost necessary for you to feel stuck now and use your courage and your faith to do this anyway. And then Spirit gives you these aces. Then you have the clarity of thought and mind and heart and feeling. Yeah. Then you have this direct knowledge almost. Now it's kind of like it doesn't require faith anymore. Because you have that certainty. And I feel like this is kind of like you've got to do it. It's a weird kind of initiation rite, where it's just like you've got to go through the fear and darkness. You've got to go through this new moon energy on your own first. You've got to show that you're strong and courageous and correct and that you have this faith. And I think sometimes faith gets a bad rap. And that's fine. I don't care if you don't like the word. It doesn't have to be a religious thing, right? This could really be taking that leap of faith in your career, in your relationship, in your creative works. You're not certain until you're on the other side, and then we got aces, and then it's just like, I knew it was going to work, It's funny. It makes me laugh, and I keep trying to explain why, but it's like, beforehand, we're not certain. We're trying to keep the faith. We're taking a leap of faith. We're trying to be certain and for that which, we can't really be certain. And so we're kind of nervous, and we kind of then we just we stand up straight and tall and we do it. Then on the other side, we kind of just with a 3 of swords, I knew it the whole time. I wasn't scared, To me, that's a big smile. That's a really, really big smile. We're going to move to the path of the serpent now. There's just a little bit more to talk about. As I do this, I'd like to ask for your subscription if you haven't subscribed yet. Please do. It's totally free. It doesn't cost you anything. And it helps out the channel, and I appreciate that. Yeah. Okay, so we have the 4s as a kind of our general energy. The 4 of swords really is this, I think this was us in some ways trying to delay this transformative death energy. Okay, trying to say, not yet. I'm not ready yet. It's not time yet. Give me a little bit more time to prepare. And that's just kind of like it's. I imagine to me, it's like skydiving. To me, I'd be, and I've never skydived. I never will. I will not do it. But it's kind of like you're in the plane, you're strapped to somebody or to the parachute or whatever, and you get the green light and the doors open and stuff, and you're just like, I'm not quite ready yet. You can't really, we can circle the plane maybe one more time, but this is it. You got to do it or not, And just thinking about it makes my heart pound. You could probably hear it, my heart pounding when I talk about that, because just, being able to visualize myself there, it's making me nervous. I'm starting to get sweaty, and I feel that's kind of the energy right now, But then when you get to the other side, after you do it and you're on the ground again, right? You're like, I wasn't scared at all. I knew it was going to be okay. Anyway, the 4s, yeah, we're resisting the moment, And I think it's because, things are stable right now. And it's like, why would you change something that seems to be working? But, we can't, nothing stays, nothing is permanent. The 4s give us that illusion of something being solid, but it's just a box, And eventually things are going to are going to move. It may seem like we can stop time. And sometimes we may want to. Let me just put a hold on things for this moment. I'm calm here, right? But I know tomorrow I got to go skydiving. Not really, because I never would. But I know like tomorrow is the day. Let me just put a pause on the universe and just right now, today, forever, you know? But you're not doing that because you know why? We got the Fool next. And this is the obstacle, taking that leap of faith. And it kind of looks like a skydiver too, right? Because the Fool is falling into the upside down world, and to me, it feels like someone barreling through the sky. And the earth is in one moment up here, and then it's down here, and then it's up here, and it's just makes me dizzy. And I'm sweating. But I think the Fool is the key to it all right now. You know, I really do. And this is that leap of faith, and that it's in the position of the obstacle. It's in the position of what we don't want, because if we're stuck in the 4s, then it's like, yeah, we don't want to take that leap. So it's kind of like when the moment comes and you're about to go on stage, you just kind of say, no, I don't want to anymore. I'm okay. I'm going to stay here. And that's the difficult thing. And the hardest part of skydiving, and I've known a lot of skydivers. I had friends that did it, and I would go to the drop zone and stuff with them, but I didn't have the money really or the training to do it, but I'd go along anyway a couple of times. And it seems like the hardest thing is getting out of the plane, because once you're out, then it's just like it's not really in your hands anymore. I mean, it is. You got to pull the ripcord and stuff, but it's just kind of the momentum has already started. You know, we've already broken the inertia of us sitting here not moving, and we can't slow ourselves down. We can with the parachute. We can't put ourselves back in the plane. We can't rewind time. You know. So I really do like the Fool and the universe together like that. I think it's wonderful like that. I am getting an impression of a small, I don't know if it's a piece of jewelry or like a rosary or it's like sometimes me where I'll just kind of clutch my prayer wheel and I kind of just need that something solid to grab onto, you know, something that helps me keep the faith. So I feel like you've got something too. I don't know if you're wearing it right now, or if you're thinking, I got to go get it, you know. But there's something, I don't know, it might be a rosary or a crucifix or some sort of a medallion. Maybe it's a prayer wheel like mine. But it's something I think something you usually have with you, but right now you don't. And maybe because it's early in the morning and you haven't put it on yet, or it's not with you right now. But anyway, let's talk about the World card. Came up upside down. Yeah, it's going to shake your world up. But when you land, you're going to be, it almost feels like you're landing in this kind of completely new earth, right? It's not going to be, it's going to be the same, but it's not going to be the same after this experience, right? It's something that might be opening up way more possibilities for you. It's kind of maybe it is just kind of this event that you have to go do. Maybe it is like skydiving. What's the point? Well, it's for the experience, right? But not just that. Because when you get home later that day, maybe one day I'll do it. When you get home later that day, you're still the same person. You're still in the same house, but things feel a little different. Things look a little different. The flowers maybe smell a little bit more fragrant. Food maybe tastes a little bit better. You know, you feel just a little bit more strong. You feel just a little bit more, something connected, right? So I feel like there are a lot of benefits to whatever this is that you're doing. I feel like it is ultimately opening up doors for you in the sense that we're unstuck from this energy. And if we're unstuck from this energy, then we're living in greater harmony with the universe, with the force of change. And I think that I think we're going to have more fun. I think we're open to new paths, right? And maybe there is a fear of flying or a fear of heights or something here. But I feel like you are attracting more opportunities because of your energy. It's not that suddenly, you get phone calls because, they got your email address from the skydiving company and now you're getting all these offers. Oh, you went skydiving? Here's some money. Here's some jobs. Here's a car. No, it's not like that. I mean, you might get some spam, I guess. But it's almost like something has shifted in you. You've gotten unstuck. And now you're just attracting all of this good energy because that's what you're putting out. Let's look at the mystery card that we never actually selected, did we? I look over here at Tiny Bob Ross. That poor guy doesn't have anything over there. I can't believe we missed the mystery card. Well, let's select it now. It's one random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. We are just going to set it aside and we're going to put Tiny Bob Ross right there on top. And since it is the end of the reading, well, I guess we should consider what it might be. I want to see something like a 6 because we're this idea of kind of getting unstuck, being in harmony, being open to change, embracing change, being willing to change, going through this really big event or big change or big kind of undertaking, this big leap of faith in your life. I want to see the harmonizing of that. I want to see the results of that in the form of a 6. 6 of Cups, 6 of Swords. If not that, 9 or a 10 of Pentacles. If you have a prediction, put it down in the comments. All right? Let's bring Tiny Bob over. Thank you, Tiny Bob. I'm so sorry that I forgot about you. Okay, let's see what we have. A Page of Swords. Well, this is no climax at all. Page of Swords, Earth and Air. This, I think, is really this is the realization that we have to take that step, And I think it is this kind of thing where it's like imagine if you went skydiving and you land and you get home and you feel like a boss, right? You're not. You're not a master. You haven't mastered the art of skydiving. You are not the greatest skydiver in the world. And it may feel that way for a while, right? And that's the 3 of Wands. But I think the real lesson here is that it's pointing you in the right direction for growth, for expansion, for learning and learning new skills, making new connections, making new moves. We're unstuck now. And what do we do with that unstuck? We don't go right back home and just be stuck again. No, we go out and learn more things, do more things, try more opportunities, talk to more people. It's opened up something in you. So this might not be the most exciting mystery card, but I think that this is very practical and very sober. And this says, enjoy it, right? Bask in the afterglow of this skydiving trip. But then realize that this is the beginning of everything. This is you've landed in this new world. You've got to go exploring. You've got to learn about the flora and the fauna, and the mineral content of the soil and all this kind of stuff. You got to go out and do the work now. Very interesting reading for you today. We're going to do an extended. If you want to stick around, click on the link that should be here in the corner or down below in the video description. New Capricorn readings every Thursday and Sunday, 6 a.m. Chicago time. But I'm here every day. Just come on back, see me again tomorrow. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It's totally free. It doesn't cost you anything. And let me know where in the world you're watching from. Okay? I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.